Let me stop you right here. If you're thinking about buying your first ATM, there's a very real chance you're about to make a mistake that costs you thousands of dollars. You won't even realize it until 3 months from now when you're frustrated, disappointed, and quietly telling yourself, maybe this ATM business isn't for me. I see this all the time. Someone buys their first ATM, they're excited, they think they finally found something real, and then 3 months later, they're out. Not because the ATM business doesn't work, it does. They quit because nobody told them what not to do. Here's the truth. The ATM business is simple, but it's not forgiving. Small mistakes early on quietly draining your money and your time and your confidence. In this video, I'm going to show you 7 big mistakes that new ATM owners make and exactly how to avoid each single one of them before they cost you real money. Hi, I'm Phil from PDQ Merchant Enterprises, and I've been in the ATM business for decades. I've placed thousands of machines. I've seen smart people fail, not because they weren't capable, but because they didn't know what the rules of the game were. If you're brand new, or if you just bought your first ATM, or if you're still in the research phase, pay close attention because one mistake on this list can wipe out months of progress. Let's get right into it. Today we're covering 3 things. The location mistake that kills your profit before you even start, the money mistakes that drain your cash flow and quietly wreck your business, and the operational mistakes that waste your time and destroy your reputation. Mistake number 1, taking your first location that says yes. This is a big killer. You walk into 15 locations, 14 say no, 1 says yes, you get real excited, somebody finally agreed, you don't stop to evaluate the location, you just take it. Big mistake. Not all yeses are created equally. Some locations are terrible, low foot traffic, wrong demographic, or there are already multiple ATMs nearby. If you put your ATM in a bad location, just because they said yes, you might make $50 a month. That's not worth it. You got $5,000 to $6,000 tied up in the machine. That's about 1% return. Terrible. Here's what you do instead. Be picky. Walk away from bad locations, even if they say yes. Look for high traffic locations. At least 100 people a day going through their business. Cash-based businesses like bars, barbershops, tattoo stores, beauty salons, not competing with ATMs nearby. A solid relationship with the owner. The owner seems unreliable. Walk away. Your partners, make sure they're solid. After all, they're going to be your new business partners. It's better to wait for a great location than to rush into a terrible one. Mistake number 2, giving away too much of your profit to the location. This one hurts. You finally get a yes, but the owner wants 50% of the surcharge. You're desperate. You agree. Now you're making $1.50 per transaction instead of $2.50. That's a 40% pay cut. At 200 transactions a month, you just gave away $2,400 a year for no reason except you rushed it. Here's a standard deal, 50 cents per location, flat. Doesn't matter if the surcharge is $3 or $5, they get 50 cents. You get the rest. Some locations will push for more, $1 per transaction or percentage. My advice is make the ATM do volume before you give that away. Put that into your location agreement. There are plenty of locations that'll take the standard deal. The only time you negotiate higher is for an insane location, a dispensary, a truck stop. These will demand a higher off the bat, but the volume will be there. Mistake number 3, not getting an agreement in writing. This is huge. People say handshake, I'm a handshake guy, that's the way I do business. You install the ATM. 3 months later, the owner wants more money, wants it to be moved, or he'll bring in someone else. You got no contract, no protection. Always get in writing, always. I don't care how nice of a guy the person is or if they're your best friend, always get in writing. Get a signed agreement before you install. This will save you time and money and having to hustle backwards. Both parties sign it, keep a copy. This keeps everyone honest. Mistake number 4, not loading enough cash. This kills people. You don't want to tie up your cash, so you only load in $1,000. Friday night hits, the ATM runs dry, now you're down all weekend. You just lost 30 to 50 transactions you'll never get back, and the owner is pissed because customers keep seeing it out of order. Here's the rule. Load at least $2,000, preferably $3,000, especially in the beginning. Yes, it's a lot of cash sitting there, but it's your money and it'll cycle daily. After the first month, you'll know the pattern. Until then, too much cash is better than too little. Mistake number 5, accounting for all your costs. People see surcharge income and think it's pure profit. Wrong. You got processing fees, wireless fees, location commission, gas, maintenance, paper. It all adds up. So if you don't track it, you wonder why the money doesn't feel right. Set up a simple spreadsheet. Revenue on one side, expenses on the other side. Focus on the net profit, not the gross income. Most people making $500 in surcharge are netting about $400 to $450. Still good, but you need to know the real numbers. When you get real good, I suggest always using QuickBooks. It's a great accounting program. Mistake 6, using the wrong bank. You go to one of the big banks because it's convenient, then they freeze your accounts, demand documents, or shut account dominance entirely. Big banks hate the ATM business. Go local, community banks, credit unions instead. Be upfront about what you're doing. Also set up 3 accounts, one for the vault cash, one for the surcharge, and one for the expenses. Cleaner books, easier taxes, and total clarity. This is one of the keys to the ATM business. Mistake number 7, trying to program the ATM yourself too early. You think, how hard can it be? You change one setting and now the machine won't connect. The surcharge is wrong. Or the receipt paper won't print. Next thing you know, you waste a whole day on the phone trying to diagnose your problem. Let your processor handle your first machine. Here at PDQ, we program everything before it ships. You install it, you turn it on, and you're done. Once you have 4 or 5 machines and you understand how the ATM works, then learn how to program it, and we'll help you do that. Not on your first one. We want everything to run smooth. And last but not least, quitting too early. First month, the ATM does 8 transactions. You expect $500. You quit. Wrong move. Sometimes it takes 60 to 90 days for people to notice that there's an ATM location. Sometimes placement is wrong and needs adjustment. Give it 90 days minimum. Track the numbers. Adjust. This is a business. It's not a lottery ticket. It takes time sometimes to come to fruition. Every business has a learning curve. The ATM business is no different. But the beautiful thing is most mistakes are avoidable if you know them ahead of time. I've been doing this ATM business for decades. I made every mistake on the list. I've watched hundreds of new ATM owners do them too. The ones who avoid will succeed. The ones who don't will quit. If you want a complete checklist of how to start an ATM business the right way, I put together a free guide covering location, setup, installation, and mistakes prevention. Click the link down below in the description to download that free checklist. And if this helps you, subscribe. I post weekly videos with real information, no hype, no BS, just the truth. Stop making expensive mistakes and start doing it right. I'll see you at the next ATM video. Thank you for liking and subscribing to our channel.